Showtime.
Hey, pick 'em pie, big 'em Brian Petrie, giving out the lot. One is mortal, you know it won't miss. Gonna take a shot, dog lock, that's the underdog. Yeah, they in the hunt, send them home, that's KO or submission. Yeah, somebody done, slime ball, yeah, that's the parlay. We gon' make it known, pick 'em pie from MMA tapes. Yeah, let's get it going.
Woo, your boys here, your boys back in town. What's up with the what's up? We got UFC Fight Night, Kape versus Almabayev at the Apex. This could be a nice little card in a different city, a nice little city. You know, this screams like a Columbus card or a Louisville or Lexington card. I would have went to it, but now you gotta go to the Apex and ain't gonna make no fan money. But I like some spots in this card. I think it's, you know, a low name card. We don't have high value names because we're going next week with the pay-per-view with some big names there. But besides the co-main event, which is absolutely, every time I talk about it, I get sick. Every time I talk about it, I get sick. Besides the co-main event, it's a decent little card, a decent little offering. I think we're going to have some talent there. I'm not going to waste any time with nonsense. I'm not going to waste any time with no, sorry. That was nonsense. I read an email. However, right off the top of the show, thank you for obviously supporting the show, watching the show. Yeah. Last week I had I Am Saturday, aka Joe, on, and we did a pick 'em. I don't know Joe personally. We met via the interwebs on Twitter. He's very funny. And like I said, I was branching out to people that I like and that I want on. And he was one of the first guys I asked. Now, I've been trying to word this in my head where I'm not like, you know, being insensitive or whatever like that, because, you know, he shared his story, his life story, which was unbelievable. And it's not like he's a different person because, you know, he's paralyzed or whatever. But, you know, I just was blown away by his story because I've known two people in my life, not personally, well, personally, yeah, but we weren't close friends, that unfortunately were paralyzed with accidents. One was diving into the pool, one wrecked on a four-wheeler, and they are complete assholes, right? Because that is something that's really tough to get over, and their disposition and their attitude on life is just not great because, listen, you know, they've been through some shit, right? Joe's not like that, right? Joe was so fucking cool, and after what he went through and just being successful and being funny and being everything, like, man, that gave me a whole new outlook on people and his spirit. It just really uplifted me. And then sharing the story with us was just fucking awesome. Like, just a top quality dude. And he quickly is on my top 5 ranks of people I've met doing this show via the internet, via doing this, right? Top 5 for sure. Christian and Timbo are battling out for number 1, but what an awesome dude. And he fucking bodied me last week. It was fairly close going into it. I didn't have a great night. I went 6-6 on my picks, lost everything. Joe was hitting them out of the park. He had some really good spots. I would read the card, but I'm trying to rifle through this. Wife's making burgers. Not only is wife making burgers, but I think we have the best butcher in Ohio, definitely, maybe the world, right? And we had to take our daughter to the doctor's, which is right by the butcher's across town, and she went and got the good meat from the butcher, okay? So these burgers are about to be fuego. So I'm trying to rifle through because Big Dog needs to eat. Also, pulled a muscle in my rib, right? You know, rib cartilage or something, like maybe in my back, and it's radiating to my front. I had to do some hard manual labor yesterday at work, which I haven't done. You know, I've been retired doing that for years. And it's a real twisty, bendy job with a lot of heavy packages. And yeah, I think I pulled something. So I'm struggling to sit here straight. But you know what? We're going to power through. And also thank you to Joe for sending me, he works at a company that, you know, I think, you know, fitness, right? And he sent me a spreadsheet, a basic workout spreadsheet to do, you know, 4 times a week or whatever. It's entry level to lose some weight. And your boy's about to get fucking shreddy, dude. Shreddy. You know, I told you I was up 35 pounds from July from last time. So I'm now, since I'm down 11 from that, right? I'm still fat as shit, but we're not quite 35 pounds. 35 minus 11 is what? 24. So we're up 24 pounds still, right? So I lost 11 pounds of the weight I've already gained, you fat fuck, but still, we're making the right moves. All right, here we go. Talking about my night moves. All right, next up. First up. Let's go. Charles Johnson, +110 versus Ramazan Tamarov, -130. I got to double check this line. This line is moving. -125 +105 for Tamarov now. So Tamarov is now the doggy dog. Swings big. Big swinger, big power. I picked this on the Yankee Florian. I'm going Charles Johnson. I'm going Chucky J. I'm going the Skullet because point being, Tamarov can get you out of there in round 1. But if he doesn't get you out in round 1, what does he look like in round 2? What does he look like in round 3? I'm sure he's in shape. He's got cardio. He's got an OV on his name. So I'm assuming he just came out of his mom's fucking vagina wrestling, right? You know what I mean? Even though he's primarily a striker, he's got that wrestling in him. Charles Johnson mixes things up really well. He's really smooth on the feet. He moves really well. Footwork good. I'm a little worried about his hands. His hands are usually low, and he kind of like Bobby Green's it. Focuses more on head movement. You get clipped by Tamarov, man, you might be getting put down. Charles Johnson has been knocked out before. He's been put down before, but he's a dog. He's hot right now. He's fighting consistently and is looking better every time. He's a vet as well. I think he'll have the wrestling edge. I think he'll have the cardio edge as well when it goes to later rounds because Tamarov is going to be throwing bombs. You go Tamarov round 1 KO, and then you run for the hills for Charles Johnson. I like Charles Johnson. I liked him at plus money. Now he's the favorite. So what do you got to do? Marcela De La Rosa, +120 versus Luina Carolina, -142. The week I've had, I have not even, so Marcela De La Rosa, +110. So she's still the underdog. Came down a little bit. Here's a first on the MMA Takes podcast. I forgot about this fight. Okay. And that is no knock on women's MMA. This is a fairly low women's MMA fight, but I did forget about this fight. I don't have anything marked down here. I did do the other women's fight, JJ Aldridge versus Andrea Lee, but this is a fight that slipped into the cracks, right? Slipped through the cracks admittedly. I'm ill-prepared. Boo me, throw some L's in the chat. That's fine. However, first ever MMA Takes, I'm going to pick based on looks, and it's Marcela De La Rosa, who is a foxy broad, baby. I'm sexist. I'm not a feminist, apparently, but she's foxy. I'll take Marcela De La Rosa. Luana Carolina's on a nice little win streak here. Marcela De La Rosa does have some good grappling. She has improved. She's fought the better competition, and she's plus money. If Luana Carolina was plus money, I'd take her, right? But again, I'm a sexist pig, so I went with the pretty girl. I went with the pretty girl, guys. Okay? Sorry, right? My mother, God rest her soul, used to pick football teams based on their uniforms. That's a pretty color. I like that. I'm rooting for them to win, even if it's against the Bengals. I want them or the UC or whoever. Oh, they're pretty. But so, I'm doing my own version of that, right? That's a stretch. But all right, next up, Lucas Almeida, +180 versus Danny Silva. Oh, Danny Silva. Stay true, -218 for Danny Silva, +180 for Lucas Almeida. I like Danny Silva. This guy claims to be, has the best boxing in the UFC, landed like over 200 strikes in his Contender Series debut. Looked kind of not so good as follow-up against Kulaba, I believe. But the guy does have some good hands, good chin. Needs to work on the defense a little bit more, but he's with a good camp. His cardio is going to be on point. Almeida's a little up and down for me. He got a shot in the UFC. He took it. He ran with it. Is he high-level UFC quality? I don't know. To be determined. But he is a striker. I think Silva could expose some grappling weaknesses if he chose to do that route. But if you look on his Instagram and socials, his whole life's about fighting, and it's about how good his hands are. That could be a smokescreen. Hey, dude, look at my hands. I'm going to take you down, right? He has landed takedowns in the UFC. I'm going to go with Silva, and I'm going to go with probably KO decision. Here's what I'm doing for this card. I'm adding an extra leg to the slime ball. I'm going to give you the 3-legger, then I'm going to give you the 4-legger, okay? That's what I'm going to do because I'm 1-5 on the year and fuck it. Huh? Can't be. What's 1-6 compared to 1-5, Danny Silva's going to be part of that slime ball. Is he going to be the Alamo? Is it going to be the crumble on top, the little breadcrumbs? Or is he going to be part of the fucking slime? Stay tuned. But I like him in this spot here. I think he outworks Lucas Almeida every which way. I think I'm leaning decision because he landed 200 strikes over Angel Pacheco on the Contender Series. Yes, he dropped him, but he couldn't put him away. Over 200 strikes, you're not putting people away. I don't know if you got that power in you, bruh. So I'm going to doubt his power, even though I do think his hands are pretty good. Almeida could probably win by knockout. What is going on? That was so fucking Ohio, Pennsylvania. What's going on? My accent really shining through. All right, Danny Silva. Next up, JJ Aldridge versus Andrea Lee. Plus 170 for Lee. Minus 205 for Aldridge. So both these females' line have stayed the same. Both these females have been around for a while. You know, they've been in the competition. They've been with high competition. That's how you say that. Maybe. Fucked that up again. I like Aldridge here. Usually when it's a low level, and I wouldn't really consider this low level MMA. This is medium level MMA because both these females have been around for a while. They have fought a lot of top competition. Some of them got some decent wins, but they're fringe contenders at best. I think Aldridge is the better fighter here. Now, Andrea Lee takedown defense is horrible. If JJ wants to wrestle, she can. But I think they're going to stand up, right? And Andrea Lee doesn't take a step back, right? She's all action powered. She's fucking flopping. She's creating scrambles. She's wild. Really hard fight to judge. The over's money, but the over's like minus 540 on DraftKings. So you can parlay that, whatever. I like Aldridge by decision, maybe even like a little split. It will be won by split decision, which I have a computer in front of me. The lines are out. Let's see what that is, bitch. Fight to go the distance, yes, minus 450. Fight to be won by majority decision, split or majority decision, yes, please 225. That's where your money's going, okay? That's where your money's going. Don't think anything to place it. Place it. Don't think anything else. Go and place your money at plus 225 because I think it's going to be scrambly. It's in Vegas, so we're going to have some competent judges, but you never know. It's going to be a close fight, I think, regardless. All right, next up, Douglas Silva, Deon Andrade, let me slow down a little bit. Plus 245 versus John Castaneda, minus 305. I just saw this clip. I don't know when I just said slow down. So this is completely off topic, but goddamn, it's just funny to me. Alec Baldwin, who I met in person, very nice guy. I know he's politically, and there's things that are with him that are maybe not so great, right? You know, with his personality, but he's very funny. 30 Rock, all-time performance for him at 30 Rock. Beetlejuice, you know, he was a straight man in Beetlejuice, but great, right? So he's got a reality show with his wife, who's hot, by the way. His wife, they got like fucking 50 kids now. But she speaks, she's from like Massachusetts or something, but she speaks with a Spanish accent. And then the reality show, they show her constantly going in and out of Spanish and English with her kids. Now, I get that. She wants her kids to learn Spanish in two different languages or whatever. But, you know, and she's saying her family was bilingual, which there's up to debate if they were or whatever. But no, she's sitting there talking really fast like I do. And Alec goes, you need to slow down. Okay. You're speaking English, but you're doing it in a Spanish cadence. Okay. Just slow down a kiss. Like that's how I'm doing. I just go and I need to slow down. Let's slow down. But it's really painful for people. For me, I don't know how you guys feel, but if you ever listen to a guy who talks really slow, like NPR radio, it's like Douglas Silva, Deon Andrade. Plus 245. The underdog in this fight versus LFA's John Castaneda. Minus 305. Big number on Castaneda. How does this fight go? Like that to me is painful. Like that was the longest, however long seconds. I haven't been recording this entire time. Motherfucking bitch. All right, we'll find out here in a minute. We'll find out in a second if we're doing it, bitch. Anyway, yeah, so that little weird thing I just did right there. I'm recording with my video program, and I always record an audio backup. And I thought I was recording the audio backup, and I'm not. That's amateur hour. That should have never happened. But you know, we're here now. We're 14 minutes in. We ain't going back. I like to see Silva Andrade as an underdog here. Listen, Castaneda, you know, he can land some takedowns. He can make it ugly. He's a dog in there, but he does get clipped and hurt now and then again. And Andrade is a big, powerful dude who's been in there with some really good guys and has lost to some good dudes. It's not like he's losing the scrubs in there. He's 39 though, so it's tough. That's why you're getting this big dog money on him. But I can't in any world play John Castaneda at minus 305. I can't. Let's see if the line is held up. Because I got these, like, I think I maybe 2 days ago. Yeah, so minus 325 for Castaneda. In no fucking world can I play him at minus 325. If you go check the tapes, I'm pretty sure I've been burned by this guy before. He's a very exciting fighter. This fight should be entertaining. Andrade, again, just sometimes, even though he's muscled the fuck up, you know what I mean? Just a little brute of a man. Obviously, he's taking those vitamins. You know, those Brazil vitamins are, fuego. Oh, I said fuego twice in the same fucking podcast. What am I doing? I never say that word. What is wrong with me today? You know what I mean? Take down, Brian. All right, Silva Andrade is gonna be the play here. Underdog, 39 years old, not scared of it. Give me him by decision. It's gonna be a scrap. It's gonna be wild. But I like the Silva Andrade. Right next up, Hamos. Plus 330 versus Chepe Maniscal. Oh, machine gun Chepe. 410 for Chepe, so he's come down a little bit. I got him at 425.
Hello?
No.
Hey, this is Dawn.
No. Wrong button by me. My brain is out to lunch right now. Not a dog.
He's a mortal lock and I'm gonna wheel him.
I'm going Chepe, baby. I think this is a stone cold fucking lock. Put a G on him on the Anakin Florian. He's obviously slimed up, baby. Slimed up. Chepe just has a pace and a willingness to just go in there into a firefight. He don't give a fuck where it goes. To the ground, cool. I got that judo. To the feet, great. You want to fight in space, gotta close the distance, take you down, dump you under your head. You want to fight in the clinch? I'm nasty in the clinch with my elbows. Durability, top notch. The people he has fought on his resume, top notch. Hamos. Hokado. He is kind of a soft baby back bitch. I mean, I don't want to disrespect the guy. You know, that's me joking around a little bit. But no, he is a little bit. He doesn't really see it through sometimes, right? He's got some good wins, but those wins usually happen early when you got to dig deep, when you got to get out there and really grind for it. You got to fight off a guillotine. You got to fight off strikes. You got to fight off a cut. The guy folds. And I don't like that against a guy like Chepe. I think this is his kryptonite kind of fight would be a guy like Chepe Maniscal, and I'm all over him. This is a mortal lock. This is in my slime ball. I think Chepe, and I hope Chepe gets a finish here. Submission would be, because I mean, listen, if you grab Hamos's neck, it's usually a wrap. So Chepe by submission is plus 450. That might be worth a little squirt. And then Chepe by KO is plus 125. Both plus money. I love both those. Maybe double sit, maybe double chance, which, we'll see how that does. But give me Chepe by some kind of finish. I mean, it could be a decision, but I seriously think he's just going to fucking beat the brakes off Hakata Hamos. I do like saying his name, though. Next up, my boy, Memphis, man. Danny Barlow's putting out great content this week. Go follow Left-Handed God on all social media. Minus 305 versus Sammy Patterson, plus 245. Let's see if we have shaken this at all. Where'd that go? They moved that up. Minus 310. Okay, so it's relatively the same, right? 305, 310. We're talking pennies. We're talking pennies at this point. I love Danny Barlo. And if you've been watching me for any extended period of time, you know that I get ahead of myself. I get ahead of my skis on guys that I like, right? And Danny Barlo is one of those. He didn't look great his last time out against Nikolai, but he was sick, bad weight cut, broke his arm, yada, yada. Excuses, but they might be real. Against Sam Patterson here, Sam Patterson's a 55er. I know he's a big boy, but he's still a little light in the ass, a little skinny. Has 1-2 at 170 against bums. Submissions, really good. We got a black belt versus a blue belt. Danny Barlo's a blue belt. Doesn't really translate on paper. Doesn't really matter because he's athletic and he knows when the fight hits the ground, I got to get the fuck up, right? I think he knows that, right? Floor's lava, baby. But his left hand is so fucking brutal. And Ashmoltz slept Sammy Patterson, right? And he's been wobbled in a few of his fights. And he's got good striking. And he's 6'3", but he's fighting Danny Barlo, who's 6'2.5". Danny Barlo is also the thicker guy for 170. He's a true 170. Probably going to end his career maybe at 85, I imagine, once he gets a little older. I love Danny Barlo here. Slamming him up. That's not a surprise to anybody. However, back to reality, right? I like Danny Barlo by knockout. And that's going to be not one, but 2 green hammers. There's the green hammer, just right there on your screen, bitch. Green hammer, Danny Barlo by knockout is plus 100 currently on DraftKings. That is green hammer number 1. I have another green hammer because you know what? Fuck it. I'm losing. I might as well start giving out some goddamn plays, baby. You know what I mean? That is the money hammer, the green hammer, baby. We're going Danny Barlo knockout. He's slimeball candidate as well. Knockout plus 100. You can go knockout round 1 and maybe get a little bit better of your money. But to play devil's advocate, to kind of maybe help the fans out there who go, BP, you're all over this guy. We know, but he's not going to win. Sam Patterson by submission is plus 450. I think if Sam Patterson wins, he'll win by submission at plus 450. You're almost getting 5-1 on your money. I love that play. You could even play sub only. Maybe, there's a lot of ways to play Sam Patterson here. I love Danny Barlo, but Sam Patterson is live, baby. He really, truly is. I think he's going to get absolutely walloped. But if he doesn't, we're looking at a club from Barlo, left hand to God, baby. Swoop! Goes in to finish, gets fucking caught up in something. We've seen it a million times, right? But I hope that doesn't happen because I love Danny Barlo. I got money on him. I'm in on him at 3 different ways, really. So yeah, give me Danny Barlo. But if you're good to go oppo, if you're good to go opposite your boy and go BP, your judgment's clouded. We love you, but your fighters you support stink and blah 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 blah. I get it. Right? I get it. There's a good track record for that. Sammy Patterson by submission plus 450. That's a sweet number. All right, next up, William Gomez minus 218 versus Haider Amil plus 180. This is one of the harder fights for me to break down because I don't know what's going to happen, right? William Gomez is a guy who fights at his own speed, his own pace. He's low volume, and he's fought a guy like Jonathan Brito who is semi-low volume, but he comes at you. And a fight that a lot of people might be thought he lost, but he did win. It was a big win in his career. He's undefeated in the UFC quietly, and everybody he fights his style. Haider Amil, 10-0, young in the game, comes from a great camp, has looked great so far, cardio on point, power there, wrestling there, durability appears to be there. But this is someone Gomez just fought. The style was just there with Gomez and Brito. And he solved that. Even though it was split, he solved it. Is Haider Amil better than Jonathan Brito, who's had like 30 fights? Is he a better wrestler? Is he a better grappler? I don't think he's stronger because Brito's brick. But I like Haider Amil. I can't get away from the plus 180 on Haider Amil here. I think this guy has something to him in a motor. I think he'll run through what Gomez is bringing out there, who's not a heavy hitter, right? He's got a good head kick. He disguises things really well, but low volume. I think Gomez is probably going to have a good round 1, and then Haider Amil is just going to start stalking him and then take 2 and 3. Don't see a finish happening, but I like the over. I like the decision by Haider Amil, and I like the dog here, baby. Dog money. Boop, boop. Almost a dog lock, but I had to go another dog lock because it's so disgusting and putrid that I had to do it because there's only once in a lifetime opportunity when you get something so fucking disgusting that you got to do it. All right, next up, Austin Lane, big boys. Austin Lane plus 200 versus Mario Pinto minus 380. Mario Pinto, keep it short and sweet in this fight. Listen, Austin Lane squeaked out against Rosa de Spain, who was just not equipped to handle what Austin Lane had, who had a good grappling base. He came into the MMA as a striker, quickly realized he doesn't have a chin. I'm going to use my athletic abilities to wrestle. His wrestling's not that great. He is big. He is strong. Pinto, still a work in progress, but I think he's got that long-range weapons. I think he has some really, really good power. Big, tall, long, rangy dude. He lands on Austin Lane. It's curtains, right? I mean, Austin Lane's going to go night-night because the guy's got no chin. We're at heavyweights. Pinto's been proven to be a big power puncher. The only thing that's really stopping me from loading up on this is the line. Minus 380 is kind of crazy. What is Pinto by knockout? 'Cause I mean, that's the only way that makes sense that you got to play this, right? Pinto by KO minus 150. That's better. I don't really love playing minus money props all that much. Well, like a finish prop, excuse me. But I mean, that might be good as gold. So yeah, give me Pinto, give me the big boy, and we're moving on here. We go Esteban Ribovic, Esteban minus 258 versus Nasrat Haparas plus 210. We get experience versus the new kid on the block. Haparas has been around forever, right? He's still young and he's fought everybody, right? Crafty southpaw, pretty sneaky in there. And then you got Esteban Ribovic, who tore the house down at UFC Noche against Zellhuber. Freak of a dude, right? Left Argentina because Argentina, they produce so many tough dudes, but the skill level kind of falls off. He went to Florida. He's in Florida, and he's, head kicked Terrence McKinney. He looked great against Zellhuber. Has a good chin, is a dog, right? His cardio is, it seems like he's getting tired, but he's always got a third, fourth win here. And he's going against Haparas, who is very durable, great chin. Wouldn't really categorize him as a guy with big power. Knocked out cement head Jamie Malarkey, but that cement is melting, bro. That's old cement. Jamie Malarkey, he ain't cement head anymore, dude. He's jello head. Gets knocked around all the time. Still, Haparas is a tricky southpaw that has looked really good with his hands. I don't love the line. If I wasn't so high on Rovic, I would have put him in the slime ball. Or excuse me, if I wasn't so high on Rovic, I would have taken Haparas. But since Haparas is good, he's good. I can't put Rovic in a slime ball. I can't load up on him. Kenny Florian, who is absolutely dog walking me in the main event challenge on the Naked Florian podcast. I mean, dog walking me. Put 1K on 1K on Rovic. So don't listen to me. Listen to Ken Flo. The guy's dominant. He put 1K on Rovic, not scared. He sees the board. He said, nah, Rovic got this. I think it's going to be a really fun fight. I just think the number's a little wide for me, and it might even climb. I might be giving you bad lines. Because, again, Rovic is kind of like the hot guy, and everyone wants him. Yeah, I mean, minus 258. It hasn't moved a fucking ounce. So what do I know? All right, co-main event. Oh, wait, no. Green Hammer number 2. Almost got to have myself. Thank God we don't got to talk about the co-main event. I got to get a soundbite for that. Green Hammer number 2. Daily double number 2. Hasbras, and you can parlay the Green Hammers together, which is I'm going to do as well, which I should have probably provided a line for that, but I'm a piece of shit. So anyway, Green Hammer 1, Daniel Barlo by knockout, plus 100. Green Hammer 2, over 2.5 for this fight, minus 210. Both these guys are durable. Both these guys, I think Rovic has good power, but I think Haparas has a better chin, and I don't think Haparas has enough power to really kind of wilt and smoke Rovic. So this is going to go over unless a cut or something happens. It's going to go over. It's going to be a 3-round fight. It's going to be fun. It's going to be entertaining, and I like the over. So that's the over. That's Green Hammer number 2, baby. Over 2.5, minus 210. Parlayed together with Danny Barlow. We're talking money, babe. All right, co-main event. Golly, let me get a drink before I talk about this. Just disgusting. The fuck is that? Huh. I don't know. That was gross. I'm so distracted. I don't have ADHD, I promise you. I've been tested for it. And I thought I had it, but I don't know what, my cup that I'm drinking out of looks disgusting. I gotta, now that's gonna be in my head. All right, listen. Speaking about disgusting, this co-main event's disgusting. Cody Brundage, plus 130 versus Julian Marquez, minus 155. Julian Marquez is 9-5. Has lost 3 in a row, all by knockout, maybe. Doesn't fight often. Last time he won, he beat Sam Alvey, called out Miley Cyrus, and she's like, oh, Julian Marquez, a big hairy bear of a man, got Miley Cyrus to respond to him. And then what he does is, it said, you got to do Miley in your chest hair or some shit like that. I can't remember the full details. And he goes, no. You got to get the Cuban Missile. He doubled down on her, and she's like, all right, fuck you, guy. I don't know who you are. What are you doing? He blew it. I was his UFC career there as well. But he's going against Cody Brundage, who, again, like we were talking about Hamos, this dude just can quit. He can quit on you. But against Marquez, who I think is just cooked, and you're giving me plus money. And again, there's only so many opportunities that come around where you're going to really be disgusted by what you do. This is gambling. This is part of the world, baby. This is what we live in. This is what we live for. I am disgusted to say.
Hello? Okay, this is Dog.
I'm taking Cody Brundage as the dog. Listen, it's horrible. Marquez can go out there and bully him and knock him out in round 1. I wouldn't be surprised. Both guys are fighting for the UFC career, in my opinion. I just think Brundage has a little more in the tank. I think his wrestling is better. I think his striking is a work in progress. He does have some significant power because he knocked out Tristan Gore. However, he's just afraid to get hit. He's afraid to get mixed up in there. And, that's just not a good recipe for a fighter, is when you're afraid. But give me the dog. Give me Brundage. It's disgusting, but I'm going to take him. All right, next up, we got Mcow, minus 278 versus Almabayev, plus 195. Everyone knows I love Mcow. I think he's athletic. I think he is powerful. I think he's explosive. I think he's confident. He's everything you need. And I think he landslides this. I do. However, my only reservation that I have, and I'm picking Cop, and I'm sliming him up, right? But if I'm being honest with you, my only reservation is Almabayev is a good grappler. And even though Muhammad Mcow, who I think is probably the best wrestler at 125, is no longer in the UFC, but I think he is phenomenal. Took Kape down 3 times, but couldn't hold him down. And didn't get him down and didn't look really good. Kape just froze. Got outstruck by Mcow. And you can't do that. He shuts down against grapplers at times. Also, 5 rounds is going to play to Kape's advantage because he knows that he has 5 rounds to work with. He is a patient fighter. He's an explosive fighter. He only needs 1 shot. He doesn't rush anything, which I love. And 5 rounds is going to favor him. Almabayev taking this on short notice. Kape was supposed to fight Brendan Roval. Almabayev, I believe, was on the card against someone else, but he's stepping up now 5 rounds. Kid's prime, kid's hungry, he's ready to go, but is really elite competition he's fought. And I guess elite might be a bit of a stretch, would be Matthias Nicolau, who actually has a win over Kape, but that fight just wasn't, he dropped Nicolau. Nicolau got really gun shy. Then Nicolau won the 3rd round, but there wasn't a ton of like great wrestling exchanges where I'm like, oh, this dude's a problem. And Kape, I think, does have really good wrestling defense. He just needs to trust himself. He needs to believe in himself. And I'm really hoping that Kape comes out here and believes in himself and his power. And we're going to look at a KO. I like Kape's slime ball. He's in the slime ball, baby. I like him by KO, plus 180, plus money. I love it. Decision win's good too, but I think he's going to finish him. I do. I think his power is just too much. All right. Short and sweet. Look at that. 31 minutes, baby. Keep it nice and tight for a nice little fight night. All right, so let me go over the. Oh, by the way, so I don't even think I did my send him home. All right, we'll go through the locks. Mortal lock.
It's a mortal lock, and I'm gonna wheel him.
Chepe Mcow, love it. I was gonna do a bet on the Anakin Florian. I literally had it in my notes. I take like 3 or 4 notes maybe to bring up, and I had it in my notes to bring it up because John would have loved it. Chepe's got a very distinct hairstyle. It's the Mexican men tend to kind of, or Puerto Rican dudes or whoever, they tend to get that very tight fade on the sides and very distinctive hairstyle that Chepe's got. I don't know what it's called. I think John knows what it's called. Either way, I was going to say if Chepe loses, I'll do that to my hair. I'll have my wife do it. But I don't know if I can. I love the locks right now, bro. I mean, we're in thick town. I mean, look at this. You know what I mean? So I kind of pussied out on that if I'm being honest with you. But he is my mortal lock. I love him in this spot. I think it's a great matchup. I sent him home, which I don't think I told you.
Send him home early.
Send him home, Danny Barlo, right? He is the Green Hammer by knockout, plus 100. I'm going to send him home. I think Danny Barlo gets it done. I don't think he can win a decision. I don't think this fight goes to decision. I think either Danny's getting submitted or he's knocking out Sam. That's what I think. I'll be surprised otherwise. And then my dog lock. It's really gross, but Cody Brundage.
Hello? Okay, this is Dog.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get on the Cody Brundage train, to all ride with Cody Brundage at Dog Money and just be disgusted about it. So there's a lock, slime ball parlay. So I got you 2 really, right? It's a little bit of an a la mode. There's a slimy right there. So the first slime is coming out. Oh God, I can't read my handwriting. Plus 142. The basic slime, plus 142. We got Kape, we got Danny Barlo, and we got Chepe Mcow. Right? That's plus 142. But I'm 1-5 on the year. I'm a bum, right? I'm a bum. I don't deserve the chair I'm sitting on. I should have done this fucking show standing up. I don't deserve the sit because I've been a bum. What's 1-6? Let's give the guys a little juice. So I placed that bet already. And I'm going to place another one where you add Danny Silva to it. And you get plus 260. 4-legger, 3-legger. Boop, you pick. We got 2 green hammers. Esteban Rovic versus Natural Haparas over 2.5 minus 210. Danny Barlo knockout plus 100. 2 green hammers, 2 slime ball parlays. I'm going to fucking win them all, baby. Let's be confident, huh? Let's get it going for the chat, huh? For the chat, I'm not live, but the commenters, right? I love how every streamer, hey, what's up, chat? Chat, should I do this? What's up, chat? And I'm doing it now like I'm some fucking big streamer. Listen, love you guys so much. It was a weird show. I don't know where my head's at. I'm in a little bit of pain from my pulled rib muscle because I'm fat and out of shape. I'm hungry. My wife's making burgers. But I love doing this. This is the best. You guys are the best. Hit that fucking subscribe button, right? Is that what they say? Smash that subscribe button. Hit the like button. Comment down below. Hit the bell for the notifications. All that good shit. You guys are the absolute best. I'll see you next week. I should be with the boys next week. Christian is very, very busy. But I should be with the boys for the pay-per-view next week. Love it, baby. I'll see ya.